Hi guys, welcome back for day 2 of writing. So just to recap, I'm going to go over what we started yesterday. So our learning target, I can write an opinion piece. So yesterday we started the process of writing an opinion piece. We have a question. What is your favorite animal? That is a question we're going to try to answer during this writing piece. Yesterday we did the planning, and I hope you all planned a different animal than me, so I should see no other pigs out here. I hope you have a whole bunch of different animals, and I can't wait until Friday to read them. So we're gonna go over my planning page, and then I'm gonna start writing for you. So right now you're just looking and you're listening. You're not doing any writing. You're going to be doing your writing when this video is all done. So back to my planning page. I put it right next to my writing page because I'm going to use it today when I do writing. So my planning page, I decided a pig was my favorite animal. And I have 2 reasons why. Pigs are pink and pigs are big. So those are my 2 reasons why I picked pig as my favorite animal. So now I need to write. So today is kind of like a giraffe day. I'm going to take my 2 examples of why I think pigs are my favorite animal, and I'm going to turn them into sentences. I'm going to start writing. But before I write, I want to go over our 4 writing checks. So I'm going to hang this up when we're done so you can see my 4 writing checks. I want to make sure I start with a capital letter. I want to use finger spaces in between words. I want to end sentences with a period, exclamation mark, or question mark. And I want to reread my sentences when I'm all done. So I'm going to hang that up here so I can look at it. And when you're doing your writing at home, since you're not watching the video and writing at the same time, you can always go back to when I hold the 4 checks up so you can see it closer. So when then you're writing, you make sure that you include those 4 writing checks. So I'm going to get started with my writing. So the first thing I need to do is I need to do an introduction sentence. I just can't write pigs are pink because nobody's going to know what I'm actually writing about. So the best way to do that is to go back to our question. So with my question, I want to pull out words that I can use in an introduction sentence. So can I just write, what is your favorite animal up here? No, I have to turn that into a sentence. So my 3rd graders do this. So you 1st graders are getting a head start. So I always cross off the question word because I cannot write a sentence with a question unless I'm asking a question. I want to introduce what my favorite animal is. So I want to use not the question word. I'm going to cross that one off. And I want to use words that are going to tell the reader about my favorite animal. So I think I might need to include favorite and animal. And I'll put this up right here so you guys can look. If you need to go back while you're writing, you can pause it on how to spell favorite and animal. I know these words are kind of tricky. So I need to use favorite and animal. So I'm not talking about your anymore. I'm talking about me. But I'm not going to write me favorite animal. What's another word for me that makes sense in a sentence? I know. My. So I'm going to start with my. Make sure you notice, what did I start with? I started with my capital letter. Every sentence needs to start with a capital letter. So my, and I'm going to put my 2 fingers up here to make sure that I'm not writing words on top of each other. I want to make sure that there are spaces in between my words so my reader can read. My favorite animal, and I took favorite and animal right from the question. My favorite animal is, my favorite animal is pig. Can I write that up? Sound right? Let me think for 1 minute. My favorite animal is pig. I think I might be missing something. Let me try. My favorite animal is a pig. Oh, that sounds much better. Much better. What happens? I think I'm all done. This is my first sentence. I'm introducing the reader to what I'm writing about. So my favorite animal is a pig. Period. Do not forget that period at the end of a sentence. That lets my reader know to take a breath, to take a break, because we're going to go on to another sentence. So this is my introduction sentence. I'm introducing what I'm writing about to my reader. Now I need to write 2 sentences. One sentence for my first example, and then a second sentence for my second example. Remember yesterday, I went on because I knew I had more reasons why pig was my favorite animal, but in our writing today, we're only going to write 2 sentences for the first one and the second example. So now I need to go back to my first one. I need to turn that into a sentence. I can't just write pig are pink. I need to add some detail, some flavor to it. So my favorite animal is a pig. Pigs. I want to explain why. There's a fancy word that we use when we want to explain something. So pigs are my favorite animal. I'll give you a hint. This word starts with a B, and it's a very long word, and it tells somebody a reason why. Pigs are my favorite animal. Be. If you said because, you are right. And this is how we spell because. I'm going to leave it right there, and you guys can use it in your writing. So, pigs are my favorite animal because, now I'm going to go right to my planning page. I don't even have to do any thinking or any work because all my ideas are right here for my planning page that we did yesterday. So, pigs are my favorite animal because they are pink. They are pink. Pigs are my favorite animals because they are pink. Ooh, now, okay. That was a sentence. So, after every sentence, what do we need to include? We need to either do a period. I know this is really tiny. You can't really see. We can do, I'll bring it up closer to you. I need to use a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. I'm not asking a question, so I can't really use a question right now. But I do love the color pink. Remember I said that yesterday. So I want to give this sentence an exclamation mark. So my favorite animal is a pig. Pigs are my favorite because they are pink. Notice how I keep going back and I keep rereading as I'm writing. I want to make sure that I am writing something that makes sense. I just don't want to write a whole bunch of words that don't make any sense to the reader. I want to make sure that it flows and it makes sense. So now I need to write a sentence for my second one. So I did this one. I'm going to put a little check mark that lets me know, hey, I wrote a sentence about that one. Now I'm going to go down to this one. Pigs are big. Okay, I can't just write pigs are big here. I have to introduce that sentence to give it more flavor, remember. So, let me think for a minute. How can I introduce the sentence? Pigs are my favorite animal because they are pink. I don't want to use the same sentence because it's kind of boring. I don't want to say pigs are my favorite because. Pigs are my favorite because. Pigs are my favorite because. I want to use like a transition word. So I'm going into another sentence. Also is a great word. Also. It's letting the reader know that something else is coming. Also. So here's also another reason why I love pigs and why they're my favorite. Also, pigs can be, I'm using the words can be because Yesterday I used are, but sometimes I have seen some pigs that are pretty small. So I want to make sure I'm using the right words to describe the pigs. So also pigs can be big. That's what I'm going to write. Also, pigs can be big because not all pigs are big. I've seen some teeny tiny piggies, especially when they're born too. They're little babies. So also pigs can be big. Whew, check mark. I'm gonna check that one off because I just made a sentence for that. Oh, I need a sentence. Oh, I need a period. Oh, that's great. All right. If you want to, I'm not saying you have to. All up to you if you want to write some more. You can write your third idea if you want to. You can write a third sentence explaining why pigs are your favorite with your third example. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We're only doing 2. So this paragraph should have 4 sentences because we did an intro sentence. We did the first sentence for our first example. The third sentence was for the second example. Now I need a concluding sentence. I can't just end my writing here because I need to wrap it all up. I need to tell the reader, why was I writing this in the first place? Why was I writing this? Oh yeah, I was writing up this because I'm writing about my favorite animal. So now I need to write a concluding sentence. I need to wrap it all up with a pretty little bow. So now I need to write the ending. There are 2 words, hint, hint, that I want to make sure I use because that is what is the question, favorite and animal. So I need to make sure in my concluding sentence I include favorite, animal, and my answer. So, and these are all evidence. So that's a big fancy word. So these 2 are evidence as to why a pig is my favorite, which is a fancy word for reasons. These are 2 reasons or evidence as to why pigs are my favorite. So I'm going to include that in the ending, but to wrap it all up with a pretty little bow. So because these 2 sentences, pigs are my favorite animal because they are pink. Also, pigs can be big. Those two sentences. These sentences, I'm going to leave it super easy today. As we get on into our online school, I'm going to start pushing you guys to use bigger words, like more advanced words, because these sentences are a little boring, but the first week, no worries. So these sentences show, because these 2 sentences, pigs are my favorite animal because they are pink. Also, pigs can be big. These sentences show why pigs are my what? They're my worst? No, they're my favorite, because that's the question. Favorite animal. Whew, I am done. That was a lot of hard writing. Whew. I hope you guys love this. So now I'm going to actually go back and I want you to just look over to make sure I included both of my details. Even though I have check marks, I always want to go back over and look it over. So my favorite animal is a pig. Pigs are my favorite animal because they are pink. Also, pigs can be big. These sentences show why pigs are my favorite animal. All right, so I'm gonna do a check. Did I include an intro sentence? You give me a check. Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Maybe in the middle? I don't know. Did I write a sentence for my first example? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Did I write a sentence for my second example? Did I end my paragraph with a concluding sentence? All right, so that is my writing for today. So today is just a draft writing, which means I'm just getting my ideas down on paper. It does not have to be perfect because as we go on in the week, we're actually going to be editing and revising this writing. So today is kind of, I call it a sloppy copy because I just put my ideas in a sentence. I try to include all the stuff I know, like capital letters, punctuation. I reread my sentences a lot because I wanted to make sure I had all my details there. But today is a sloppy copy. So if it's not perfect, do not worry. Okay, now it's going to be your turn to write. So this video, you can go back. You can stop it at points that you want to use for your writing. But now it's time for your independent writing. So you want to make sure that you're using your planning page from yesterday, and you want to make sure you're writing sentences for your 2 examples. So you're going to need a new piece of paper because you can't write on your planning page. So even like this, if mommy and dad have a blank computer piece of paper, or if they have a blank envelope, or if they have anything that you can write on, honestly, take it and you're going to need it. So this is going to be your second piece of paper. You should have your planning page next to you, and you should have your blank piece of paper next to that so that you can use your planning page like I did to do my writing. All right, boys and girls, see you tomorrow. Bye.